Like I said, I was not expecting, you know, her to go take me this deep, you know. So hello love, and welcome back to my channel, and happy holidays. So I've been reading this book, and I've been meaning to share the book that I've been reading for the longest, but it has been taking some time for me to get through it because y'all, it took me deeper than I expected. I was like, okay, that's not something I can just breeze through and keep it moving. So it's been a journey with this book because, honey, like I said, I was not expecting, you know, her to go take me this deep, you know. So the book I'm reading is called Dear Beautiful. Can y'all see it? It's called Dear Beautiful, and it's a self-empowerment book for Black women. And let me tell y'all, Dr. Gail Thompson, she gave you the business, okay? I mean, this book is filled with stories, daily affirmation. It even has like drawings where, you know, for people who like to, there's color therapy, I think that's what you call it. It has a little bit of everything to help you, you know. There's art therapy in the book. I mean, if you're not in, if you've been feeling like, oh, I feel like I need some type of counseling, or I feel like I need to just talk to somebody, start off with this book because it's really going to help you to bring up and deal with things that you've been trying to figure out. Listen, so I'm not going to talk about everything in the book because you got to read it. Definitely, you got to get this book and read it. But there are two chapters that stuck out to me that I wanted to share because it's like right in line with what I am, what my focus is on for, at least for this channel. I mean, the whole book is like that focus, but there were two channels chapters I wanted to talk about. So y'all stick with me, don't leave, because this is like amazing stuff. But part one of this book, she talks about the outside, the looks, the likes, and physical appearance, okay? So she goes in talking about skin tone, body, like your body type, shape, or whatever, and much more. And then she goes in and talk about your hair. We're going to get into that in a little bit, okay? Listen, when I tell you she's going to help you be like, dig deep and be the best person that you can be, like this. So let's get into your, I'm not going to share everything, but learning to love and accept your hair. We're going to get into the hair part. I love how she starts with each chapter with Dear Beautiful, which is the title of this book, because I think it's a reminder that we're beautiful, but a lot of times we don't tend to see that because of what society or media portray as beautiful. But I love how each chapter has a personal growth exercise, okay? And in the personal growth exercise, she asks, the first question is, how would you describe your hair texture? And second question is, how do you feel about your hair texture and why? And then the third question is, during childhood, what messages did you hear about your hair texture? From whom did you hear them? And how were you affected? Like, y'all, if you really take the time to sit down and answer these questions, be ready, baby. It might just open up some can of worms, you know. But I loved it because when we talk about texture, I know when I deal with a lot of, so I have clients that will go from relaxer to weaves to locks, right? So a lot of times people are not living in their natural texture. So by the time they decide to lock their hair, in the few days that they get to see that texture, and then when you lock their hair, and then at the ends you have the little curly cues and they see their texture, I always hear, wow, I didn't know my hair was like this. Because we've been so busy straightening it, covering it up, and so we do not get to enjoy our true texture. And it makes you want to think, why are you so busy hiding it? Why are we hiding it? And it's childhood experiences, society, the media that's telling you, hey, that's not acceptable. That's not, what is in, So I love it because they helped me to go deeper with this. And I hope you guys can grab this book and go deeper as well and understand your hair history. Once you understand your hair history, it helps you to it helps liberate you to really decide, okay, this is my history, but does that have to be my present, or does that have to be my future, So I know most of you guys are locked on this channel, and some of you guys are thinking about locking. If you're thinking about locking, go ahead, do it. Or even if you want to rock your natural hair, do it. Okay, exercise number 2 for personal growth, right? She talks about, which hairstyle do you prefer to wear and why? Which hairstyle do you dislike wearing and why? Have you ever worn your hair in an afro puff, or braids in public, especially to work or school? Why or why not? I'm going to add locks in there as well. I remember at my last job, when I came into the job, I was relaxed. Okay, I had a perm or a relaxer, and a few years in, I decided to go natural, and I had a fro. And even with that fro, I found myself trying to tame my fro. I found myself trying to make it more defined, more acceptable, more pleasing, because I did not know how I would be perceived with an afro. So it took me some time to wrap my mind around, to get past what people thought about what my true beauty was. It took me some time to get there. I eventually got there, and I'm loving it, but it took some time. So if you're still finding your way, it's okay. Take all the time that you need. But I hope at the end of it, you discover who you are and what your true beauty is, and accept it and love it, okay? And of course, she goes into her story, and I'm not going to tell y'all because y'all got to buy this book and go into y'all and read it for yourself. What steps are you willing to take in order to show love and appreciation for your God-given natural hair texture? And last question is, review your previous answers and use what you learned from them to create I love my hair action plan. Listen, sis did not come to disappoint, okay? She truly dug deep and is helping others to dig deeper to understanding and loving your true beauty. So listen, like I said, it took me a minute to go through this book because she talks about so much. It's not just about hair. She talks about so much, from skin tone to hair type to body type to all the things that we can struggle with, have insecurities about. She goes into detail about all of those things, and it really helped. After reading this book, it's like a cleansing cleansing of your what you've been told, cleansing of the mindset, cleansing of just everything. Having locks and going through that journey, or even rocking your natural hair, is wellness, okay? Is taking care of yourself, is taking care of your mind, your body. So, and that's why I always try to target the root of everything. This is like the outcome. all of that is just the outcome. But taking care of that inner self, taking care of that, your mind and everything else, that's the beginning, baby. That's the beginning. When I locked my hair, baby, I was empowered, and I still feel empowered. So listen, I'm always trying to keep reiterating self-love and self-acceptance, especially when it comes to our hair. Especially when it comes to our hair. We tend to kind of lean towards what society says is acceptable. And in order for us to really know who we are, we have to walk in our own truth, walk in our own identity. How are you going to know who you are if you have not allowed yourself to be who you are? How? So I just want to encourage, even for some of you guys who have already locked your hair, but you're in that stage, because some people hit that stage where they're like, oh my God, what have I done? Yeah, some of y'all in that stage, you're like, oh Lord, I done made a mistake. Oh Lord, what was I thinking? Keep going. Keep moving. Keep getting those retightenings. Keep following your consultant's or loctician's instructions. Because trust me, once you get over that hump, you'll be like, girl, where you been all my life? Where have you been? You get a different level of confidence. You get a different level of self-love. People's opinions just goes out the window. Like, you find yourself. And you will continue to discover yourself because you are walking in your true you. I think about the scripture in 139 that talks about you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And have you ever looked at an artist's work, or you've looked at someone's creativity or someone's skill, and you're like, ooh, this person got talent. This person created something amazing. And you're just in awe of that creation, right? What do you think about what God has created? You. What do you think about you? You are a creation. You are an artwork. Like, that's you. So if you can be like, dang, that person did a great job. Like, wow, that person's talented. That person's creative. Shouldn't you be like, dang, about you? About yourself? Because you are wonderfully and fearfully made. You are the artwork, the masterpiece. So if you can look at someone else's work and be shocked and awe and amazed, you should be able to look at yourself and be shocked and awe and amazed of what has been created in you. We are doing ourselves a disservice when we have not taken the time out to figure out who we truly are. Baby, you might just fall in love with yourself once you've discovered who you are. And love all of you. Love yourself, because that's how you were created. Wonderfully. Because baby, you're amazing. But how would you know that if you're not walking in your truth? So here are some of the reviews that people have written about the book. So one person wrote, "What an inspiration and bold way to address women of color as we struggle with our skin tones, our kinky hair, and our passionate everyday conversation. Dear Beautiful is providing a roadmap for the Black women to be empowered. We are all in for an awakening. Dr. Thompson," yeah, I said that correctly. "Dr. Thompson has challenged us to wake up and embrace our inner and outer beauty." And yes, she certainly did. She did. And another person wrote, "Right on target. Ladies, we too need to be reassured that our Black is indeed beautiful. Dear Beautiful does exactly that. Let me see what another person said. Dear Beautiful's essence provides valuable lessons on beauty, empowerment, and positive affirmations, and how to apply them in our daily lives. It captures the heart of Black girls and women. Black girls and women's desire to look and feel beautiful. The topics Dr. Gail Thompson addresses are relevant and necessary to continue to build our self-esteem, self-confidence, and bring inner peace to our spirits. We need this book as it serves as a daily refresher and encouragement for all of us to look at ourselves inwardly and outwardly, and serves to strengthen our souls. Simply inspirational. I'm going to link a copy of her book because I got it off Amazon. You can get it off Amazon as well. So I'm going to link a copy of her book for you guys. And I thank you for taking the time out to watch my video and for watching all of my videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Be blessed.